Kirby vacuums are the best. They stand up to any test. No other vacuum sucks or does. Owning the Kirby is a must. That's right, it's a must. Look at that rug. I've had this rug for 10 years, guys, and it still looks brand new. It looks like the day that I bought it because I keep it dirt free with the Kirby. I am telling you, there is no other vacuum for me than the Kirby because it works. It just works. It's a good product. It lasts a lifetime. What else could you want? Okay? So yeah, I like to put the nice designs in my rug. And then when you're ready to do your hard floors, you're going to take off your headpiece and put on the hole. So first thing you got to do is make sure that the head is raised all the way up. That's what I'm showing you right here. Make sure the head is raised all the way up. Then you're going to lift the light. You're going to take off the belt by spinning that dial and then unlock it. And it comes right off. Very easy. Then you grab your hose and you see those feet I'm pointing to. You got to get those on the little bar right there. Think of it like bird's feet and a bird's perch. Okay, so you got to get the feet on the perch first, and then you push it up and you lock it. Okay, and then when you unlock it, it'll jump right off and you pull it right off. So this is how you attach the hose. I just wanted to make sure you guys really had an understanding for this because it's the best. See, I turned it to the side so you can see the feet go on first, and then you push it up and you lock it. And there you go. You've attached your hose. It's very easy. Once you do it a couple times, you don't even have to think about it. Now, you got all these attachments. What goes where? Well, it depends on what you want to do. This elbow is a floating elbow, so it can go on the top of the wand or the bottom. But in this case, we're going to put it on the top because we are doing the hard floors. So you plug the hose into the back of the handle, tighten it, and then you plug the handle into the wand, and then you put on the other wand, and there you go. Now you got these grips on the wands, and that's where you want to grab the wand in order to tighten it. So you see how I grab those grips? Here, let me reverse my hand so you can really see it. One hand on each grip, and you just give it a little twist and push. Push it together, and it'll lock in. Then you grab your hard floor attachment, since we're doing the hard floors, and same thing. Give it a little push and twist, a little and you are in business. Okay, so now you got a nice handle, very ergonomic, very comfortable, very lightweight. For anybody who's concerned about weight when they're cleaning, I don't think there's any attachments out there that are lighter than the Kirby attachment. Look at that. Look how that glides nice and smooth. And it has power steering, okay? So that's nice. And then you can turn it to the side and lay it flat and clean underneath furniture and still have the full face of the floor attachment on the floor. So yeah, and then you even have that release valve. So if you're cleaning something like bathroom rugs, it won't suck the rugs into the vacuum because the suction is very powerful. So that's how you can control it. And yeah, that's how you do it. Let's get to it. Okay, so here we go. Cleaning the hard floors. And you got a nice long wand. You got a nice long power cord. You can get into those cracks and crevices. It's great for cleaning areas that have like a lot of wires because it'll just push them out of the way and get all those dust balls from around there. It is just very, very utilitarian, I'll say. Okay, it works great, guys. It works great. I love to clean. I like to keep my home clean. And there's no substitute for the right tool for the job. Now this is what I was talking about with that airflow control switch. See how it's pulling up the rug? You open that switch, it lets out some air, and now it doesn't pull up the rug. So you can vacuum it and get the dust and dirt up without pulling up the rug. How awesome is that? I mean, it's the little things that make the big difference. That is beautiful engineering right there. And you can vacuum your rugs and put some nice lines in the rugs, in your bathroom rugs, just like the living room rug. So fellas, when you got a lady coming over, or ladies, when you got a fella coming over, this is a good thing to do. Vacuum your bathroom rugs. Freshen them up. That way you know they're going to have to use the bathroom, and they go in there and they're judging you. Trust me. Okay, so you want it to be as clean as possible. I mean, it's just a good thing to do for your guests and for yourself. You know, this is great to do for yourself as well. And then when you're ready to do the hard floor, you close that switch back, because you want your full power. And there you go, you're doing your hard floor. So this is how you handle the rugs and the floor in the restroom. You use that switch when you have to, when you want less power. Open it when you want less power. Close it when you want more power. And you can glide right over those rugs very easily. Now here's a word to the wise. When you are detaching these attachments, you want to do them one at a time and clean as you go. That way they always stay looking brand new. So you take off that hard floor attachment and you vacuum it with the Kirby. The Kirby even cleans itself. That's how good it is. Not only will it clean your home, it'll clean itself. So you vacuum all that dust and dirt off of there and you just keep it clean. That way you don't have to worry about going back and cleaning it later or anything happening. All right. Now we're going to take off the wands because we're going to put on the duster. So now when you're ready to do eye level dusting, you take off the wands, you keep the handle on there, keep the floating elbow on there, put on your duster brush, and you're ready to dust. Okay, you're going through, doing your thing, cleaning up your record player. You know you're playing your awesome records. You gotta keep it dust free. Got a little Stevie Wonder in there, old school classic, gotta love it. This is how you do it, y'all. And your electronics too. You gotta vacuum your electronics because dust and dirt gets in there in the vent holes where it's supposed to breathe and causes problems. All right. So keep the place dust free with the duster brush. Love it. Now I know what you're saying, but up top, what about those hard to reach areas? What about the areas that are up top? Well, I'm glad you asked. So for those areas, we're gonna take off that handle and we're going to put the wands directly on the holes. Remember, that's a floating elbow. So depending on what we're doing is going to determine where we put it. But for this case, when we want to reach those hard to reach areas, we put the wands directly on the holes, use those grips, give it a little push and tighten, and then you take your elbow and put it on the end of the wand. So not attached to the holes, attached to the end of the wand. And then we grab our duster brush, and now we can get those hard to reach areas, especially because we have that nice ergonomic elbow. Okay, so when you got a vent fan that's 13 feet in the air, okay, this is what you need. But as you can see, we're going to turn that brush around. Now we have a completely different angle. That's what makes this so great. Regardless of the angle you need, you can get it because of that floating elbow. So now I can take that brush and put it right up against that vent and clean the bathroom vent fan that is so high. And I can do it with both feet on the ground. That's what makes it even better. That's what makes it safer. Imagine trying to do this on a ladder, on a step stool. Now you're reaching, you're on your toes, you're teetering, you're shifting your center of gravity while you're standing on something. That is a perfect recipe for disaster, to hurt yourself. Number one cause of injuries in the home, in my humble opinion, is trying to clean areas that you can't reach. Because that's when you're standing and doing things that are dangerous. You're standing on furniture you shouldn't be on. You're on a ladder doing things you shouldn't be doing on a ladder. Look at that. You're just getting everything that you need right here because you have the right tool for the job. I'm even cleaning around the electronic workings of the fan just to keep them fresh, keep it working. You know, you don't have to call in somebody to fix it as often because you're keeping it clean. You're taking care of it. Now you get all that dust and dirt on your brush, right? Remember, the Kirby cleans itself. So you take off the brush and you just use the wands to get all that dust and dirt and to keep it looking good. Keep it clean. Absolutely. Beautiful. Same thing for your blinds. My blinds are very high in the air. These are 10-foot windows with 13-foot ceilings. You got to get up there, but you don't want to climb on something. Take out your Kirby wands. That's all you got to do. You got your nice elbow, and boom. I'm average height. I am not super tall or anything like that, and I'm still able to get up there. Look at that. Look at that. How else would you do this, guys? That's what I'm saying. And because the brush is made out of horsehair, it's nice and soft. First of all, it's hypoallergenic, which is great. but it's soft enough to be able to clean something like the blinds without scratching anything or causing any damage. Okay, now I did want to use less power because, again, when you're doing something delicate, you don't want it to suck that thing into the vacuum. And right now, I don't have that switch open, but I do open it later because I realized that the blinds are a little too sensitive for the Kirby suction. So then I flipped it so I can get the other side of the blinds, go back up, and hit it. Tell me in the comments, how do you clean your blinds without a Kirby? What do you do? Take them down and soak them in the tub? Which is crazy. I mean, the amount of things that you have to do when you don't have the right tool for the job is crazy. It is crazy. That's why this is so important. So important to have the right tool for the job. Now you see right there, you see how I pulled that blind, it sucked into the vacuum? Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Too much power. Too much power, man. And I realized I was like, dang, I should have opened up that little trap door that I showed you guys. So after that, I did open it because, yeah, I'm not trying to damage these things. I mean, you can imagine how much just one of these costs. And I want to keep them looking good, and that's the whole point of this, you know. So I opened it up, and it made it a lot more gentle, but was still able to clean the dust. I just wanted to back the camera up so you guys can see that my feet are on the ground, and yet I'm still able to get all the way up there. So serious. It is so important to use the right equipment when you're trying to clean a hard to reach area. I have literally met people who have broken their hip because they were trying to clean a hard to reach area in their home and fell. It's not worth it. You may not think much of it, but man, it is a serious thing. It's something to take seriously. So keep both feet on the ground where it's safe and use the wands. Now the zip brush, this is one of my favorites. This is for upholstery. That spinning brush in there is great. It does an amazing job. If you have pets, that spinning brush is the best thing for pet hair. Oh man, I'm telling you, I don't have pets, but I've used it on pet hair, and I can tell you it's second to none. Those other brushes that come with other vacuums don't even come close. You notice how this brush spins a little different. And yeah, I just put some powder down on there just so you guys can get an idea. But it is so good. Believe me, use your zip brush. If you have one of these and you're not using it, you are missing out. And when you're done, you're just going to pop it on one of the wands. You're going to take off the hose with just an unlock. Pops right off. Then you want to reach through the middle of the hose and grab that strap and put it right on the front just like that. Boom. Now all of your attachments are in one place. You grab your Kirby head, put that back on. You're going to put the feet on the perch first, then lock it, then put the belt on with that dial and put the light down, and you're done. Thank you for watching, guys. This has been general cleaning with the Kirby. It does a lot more, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what's going on. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.